man.
Oh, speaking of that Barbie girl from Aqua, I used to think the male lead singer from Aqua was Imhotep from The Mummy. If we bring that back around to The Mummy,
So did I.
like this guy is a great. Why was he on Aqua for so long?
Oh, he's killing it as the Mummy. Like,
Oh my God.
what's that?
I'm glad we kind of got into movies randomly because I'm gonna break this to you, Lee. I didn't tell you in advance. Felix actually, unlike the last episode, requested to be on this episode because he has some sort of a grudge or issue with
Two
two grievances.
Yeah.
And oddly enough, I found out yesterday, just as a hint, I still don't know what it is exactly, but it's related to movies. So it's not like we said shit about him or anything. He's mad about a movie discussion we had. So, you know what, Felix? I'll let you take it away. And then, Lee, just like you, I am new. I don't know what this is about. So let's see what it is.
Got it. I'm intrigued.
The first grievance was like, I don't know, maybe episode 2 or 3. You came out and said, he came and told me, like, oh, next episode, Lee's going to give me 9/11 conspiracy theories. And I asked him, like, all you got to do is ask him one question. Ask him what a fact is. And if you can answer that question properly, let him continue. And he's like, yeah. And then he completely forgot.
We do that a lot on this show, Felix.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
forgetting is one of our bits. That's our main bit. I forgot.
And then you do your Matrix thing, and all of a sudden you're just like,
Oh, this
okay, what is a coincidence? And then you, just like a third grader, fuck up in front of the teacher and piss your pants.
Well, like, let's think of an example of a coincidence. Like, what's a coincidence that, like, you're living in the Matrix? Yeah, give me a coincidence. I can't think of a coincidence right now.
Coincidence that could kind of happen, I guess, is, isn't it a coincidence that this place that I go to eat, some type of Chinese food, the person that also takes the orders is the same person that tried to kill me when
Right.
I first moved into the neighborhood.
Right.
Isn't it a coincidence that I had remarked on the way that this particular restaurant finally cut its beef, and little did I know, the guy who did the fine cutting was going to slit my throat in such a way.
Like, oh yeah, it's like when you go to a Chinese restaurant and then the guy behind the counter is trying to kill you. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I'll admit. Okay, we'll get back to the fact thing after because we're talking about movies now. I'll admit, after the coincidence
I know
talk
exactly what the
happened,
fuck he's talking about.
I know it wasn't the best of our discussions.
I was like, what kind of horseshit is this nonsense?
I was dumb enough to ask you, I don't know how to define a coincidence. And then your example wasn't any better than even me asking it. We both looked bad. I thought that after we
You know
heard it,
what?
I was like,
I don't regret anything because of how annoyed it made Felix, like, to the point that he had to ask to be back on the show. Like regularly we fucking,
just to get mad.
Have him just back on. No, he's like, no, I gotta be on because I have 2 issues with this show. That's fucking, no, I know exactly what he means. And now, and as it came out of my head, I fucking felt stupid. And I was just like, who's gonna care about that? No, that shit came back and haunted me. And yeah,
Okay, you could have went with, like, I went to a Chinese restaurant and the guy behind the counter is Chinese. That's loosely a coincidence.
I like how
I wanted Kung
I like
Pao
how
chicken,
Felix-
and then Kung Pao chicken's on sale. That's a coincidence. The the guy behind the counter has a knife
Okay.
and he's trying to kill you. And the way he cuts his meat reminds you of how he's trying to kill you. And you're like, did I miss part of this fucking episode?
Oh yeah.
The coincidence episode. Which I need to go back and rename that the coincidence episode.
What is a coincidence?
It's a coincidence. I was dumb enough to ask. I had no idea. I'm like, I know what a coincidence is, but I couldn't explain it, so I deferred to Lee. And
I am an idiot.
you know what? Here's the metaphor for that episode. I took a deflated ball and threw it at Lee, and he still didn't catch it.